Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Hunkydory Crafts, we have foiled patterned rocker cards. There's 16 cards and envelopes in this pack, and I'll flip through it in a minute. They make cards just like this one, embellished with some beautiful sunflower paper from hot off the press, doily, some dazzle stickers. You guys, this is our giveaway card for this episode, so if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, there are 16 cards in here and 16 envelopes. So let's take a peek. Here are the envelopes. Let's take a peek at the color collection we're getting here. Beautiful tan with gold. And then, ooh, this beautiful burgundy. And this one also, it's hard to see under the lights, it's also got a gold foil print on it. And this one is in plaid. These are gonna be fantastic for fall. And we have these beautiful navy with silver, white with silver, dark green with gold. And then this one's sort of a ivory, creamy color, and this one's also gold. It has this little circle print on it. Here's a gray with silver, also the circle print. And then this one's a nice minty green in silver, nice hot pink in a gold, and then we get some polka dots. This one's a nice pink, and it's got silver polka dots, light blue with silver, and then yellow with gold polka dots, if we could see. Yeah, there we go. And then red with gold polka dots. There. And then we're back to the same one that we started with. It's sort of a tapestry print in this nice dark purple color, and this one is silver. And then on black with gold, and then blue, nice dark blue with silver. All right, so let me show you how you fold these. They're really easy. Of course, they're already die cut and they're already scored, so they're ready to go. So this top flap right here, okay, then there's a score line here and a score line here. This part is already cut. These are the cut pieces, and these two pieces at the top, this gets folded back right here. This part right here is gonna lay flat like this. That's just opening the card up, and then this part right back down at the bottom, this one's getting folded down. It's really, really simple, like that. Okay, and then you want it to rock. Let me make sure I got all this folded so that it can score it all nicely. Okay, so that's gonna fold down like this. And then you want it to rock, but it kind of splays apart like that. So a bone folder, super, super good idea, just to go over all of these scored lines. Okay, and that's gonna kind of keep things together a little bit more. So let's go back and show you this one. There we go. That is the red with gold dots, you guys. And I'm gonna show you what I used to make this one. What I love about these is it has a really nice tall space right here. All right, so that's kind of your decorating space, and then you get down into the curve. So I found these little doilies were so nice to place behind my little focal, and that just kind of filled in that curved space, and it's lacy and cute. And then the paper pack, of course, sunflower 12 by 12 patterned cardstock. Okay, and what I did with this was I just took one of the borders from one of the many options here, and I just cut it down into a rectangle. And let me see if I can grab my ruler. I did it. All right, and so this little cutout that I just trimmed with my paper cutter is 3 inches by 4 inches for the sunflowers. And then you guys, I just used a little gold Miri cardstock. Okay, and matted that, and then just put a little foam tape between that, and then foam taped that right to the little doily. Super simple. And then the little greeting, sending smiles, that comes from our red script greeting dazzle stickers. Okay, it has all 3 of these, and each one of these is a different set of sentiments. Okay, so they're not repeating each sheet. So you get a huge collection there. Just added that right along the top, and then some red jewel butterfly dazzle stickers right here, a little gingham ribbon, and then I have this really sweet little country summer card. You do your little writing on the inside. So here I just went down and cut some more paper, okay? Now the dimensions on this one are 3.5 inches by 4 3/4 of an inch. And then just glued that to the top, added another dazzle greeting up here, some more of these butterflies. I can write here, I can write here, but when you turn that over, it's just nice to have a little something on the inside. So you guys, this is our giveaway card for this episode. And how that works is we are promoting our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So if you're watching us on our webisode page right now, if you click down below, if you make this full screen and you click down below, you'll see a little YouTube icon. If you click on that, hop on over to our YouTube channel. We ask that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also give this video a thumbs up and leave us a comment. And then in about a week, we're going to reply to one individual's comment, one of the users that says, "Congratulations, YouTube username blank." Okay, and we'll fill in that one particular viewer's YouTube username and then give them instructions on how to claim this card, and we'll send it to them in a little happy mail. So two things, you got to know your YouTube username. So when you leave a comment, if you don't know your username, just go back and look at your comment, because your YouTube username is labeling your comment. Also hit that notification bell in the top right hand corner, because that's where you'll see if there's announcements that are made. You'll see little red messages pop up there, and you click on that and you can see that we have an announcement about winners, and also it lets you know when we have new videos that drop. So we do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday videos. You would have to do the same thing 3 times a week to get 3 chances to win every week. So yes, I hope somebody claims that. It's so fun. All right, so this next one, you guys, we got one for the guys. All right, little steampunk going on. This is so sweet. This one my friend Debbie made. Love the navy blue with that silver plaid going on. And then Debbie used Steampunk for Everyone, okay? 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. And you'll see that all of these little rectangles, they're so nice to use. These rectangles measure just about 4 inches by 5.5 inches. And Debbie cut this one down to just about 3.5 inches to 4 3/4 of an inch. Just trimmed it a little bit so that it would fit the space, but everything is still included in these little rectangles. You're not cutting anything away. Then she matted that with silver Miri cardstock, okay? And then she had went ahead and she actually used some double stick tape to tape this to the card. And then little foam tape right here to add the little greeting that's cut out from the paper pack. And then you guys, look at all of these gears and cogs and things that came from the coordinating die set. And Debbie used the silver Miri here, but she also used some of the solid, some of the additional cardstock, pattern cardstock on the back of these sheets, just to do this one right here. And then she colored them, even putting color on the Miri using gingerbread and teal, just sort of aging it up a little bit. And then she just glued those right on there using Cosmic Shimmer glue. Very, very cool. Love that one. All right, next we have this black with the tapestry and the gold. Isn't that dramatic? That is so cool. Debbie made this one as well, and she used Flower Queen 12 by 12 pattern cardstock just for the cutout right here, actually. And then for the beautiful and dramatic cutting die pieces for the butterflies and the swirls, she used butterflies and hearts cutting dies. Absolutely gorgeous. And she used the solid color Flower Queen cardstock in this beautiful, it's a kind of a magenta-y red, and backed all of the butterflies. But she also went back to that gold Miri cardstock that I used in the beginning to die cut all of these beautiful embellishments, and then glued those to the card. Use a little foam tape on the butterflies to give those some lift. Isn't that dramatic and beautiful and so shiny? All right, the last one I have for you. There we go. This one is so sweet. Using the pink with the silver dots on it, Debbie used a stamp on this one. This is Janie's Berry Fairies, okay? So sweet. And she colored that in, and I'm going to show you how she did that in a moment. First of all, she went ahead and stamped that, and then on some white. We love this also from Hunkydory. This is, we call it Stampin' White cardstock, but it's lightweight cardstock that is meant for stamping on. It's got a beautiful finish on it. It takes ink and blends really, really nicely. And then once she went ahead and stamped that, she actually used an oval cutting die to get the shape. She used the one with the scallops on it. And then she inked the edges of those scallops using vintage rose ink and a little blending tool. And then she was all ready to color it. So let me show you. I have mine right here that I stamped. A little tip for stamping. Okay, so Debbie colored hers stamped image using all of these colors of tri-blend markers, and I'll list them off here in a moment. But if you're using alcohol-based markers, it really, really matters what kind of a ink pad you used for stamping your image. And we like the Memento Tuxedo Black. And this is a fade-resistant dye ink. It's water-based ink, okay? Meaning if you get it on your fingers, it'll wash right off. It's not a solvent ink like StazOn that's a permanent ink. And the reason that this is important is you want to take a water-based ink to stamp your image because you're going to be coloring it with alcohol-based inks. And water and alcohol do not mix, they do not blend, and they don't like each other. So they're not going to blend and get smeared and blur your image. Okay, so it's really important to kind of remember, use opposite products when you're coloring using Spectrum. So for this one, I've stamped it using this dye-based, water-based ink. And the colors Debbie used were the citrus blend, the lavender, the pale pink, and the light green, the tan, and the ice blue blend. Okay, so let's talk about how she colored the frog. If you're not familiar with tri-blend markers, they're 3 in 1. So there's one color that's dark, there's the medium or mid color. Ooh, this one's really drying up. Let's try a different color. Let's try this one. So this one's lavender, so it's got this really nice dark lavender, and then a medium lavender, and then a lightweight lavender. A light color lavender. And then when you blend all of those together, you're getting this really nice spectrum of color. And that's what Debbie used to do hers. So we're going to do the teddy bear using the tan. And she used the medium or mid to kind of outline her teddy bear. Going over it just like this. And then maybe adding just a little bit of dark here, here. And then go ahead and do this part too. And then she went back to the medium and then just blended the medium in with the darker color. Just coloring right over that. And then you can also go back and add the light. And that's just going to blend together really nicely. And then you can see here, Debbie did the same thing. She added a little bit of pink for the cheeks. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. Ooh, Debbie's got to get some new pins. I grabbed these off of her desk, and I think they're well loved. And then we're just going to add a little bit of pink to the cheeks to color those in as well. see, where is our light pink? Just do a little bit of this medium right here. Really, really cute. And then she colored the muzzle in. She outlined the frog with green, added some sort of tan spots here. She used the lavender on the flowers and the headband, the pink on the dress, and the flower, and the yellow on the star and the center. So cute. And then Debbie added some little light pink ribbon. There's light pink crepe ribbon in here to tie a bow. Glued that there, and then these beautiful fairy garden flowers in threes on each side of it. Such a sweet card, don't you agree? I love what she did with this. All right, you guys, we have a fantastic money saver on this collection, and they're really fun to dress up. And the rocking motion, I think, is so fun, so that when somebody gets this, it's just a little interactive, and it's pretty easy to see what you're supposed to do with them when you open it up from your envelope. So the money saver is on the right-hand side of your screen if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode. All the other items are listed down below the video. There's full color photos of the cards that we've done here, and then there's also every supply that we've used, every ink pad, every flower, every paper pack. If you're watching us over on YouTube, hello, it'd be great if you would subscribe. It helps our company so much. Down below the video in the description box, you'll see a link for this Paper Wishes webisode. Just click on that and it'll take you right over here so you can check it out. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. We'll see you in the next one.